Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Movie Hoppers. And today we are reviewing a movie that everybody thought was going to be the next masterpiece. We're talking about the movie about the alligator trying to kill people. Um,
Not just one.
not just one. Oh my God, you spoiled the whole movie. There's no point in seeing the movie now, guys. I was going to give it my 10 out of 10 recommendation, but my co-host just spoiled the whole entire thing. This is a disaster. You're fired. I'm taking away your pension. You're gone. Get out of here. Get off my podcast. Spoiled the whole movie. This was gonna be our breakout episode where we become rich and famous. Now it's all ruined.
Yeah. By reviewing Crawl, we're gonna
Yeah,
make it big.
this was how we are gonna become millionaires, but nope, nothing ever worked. Well, I guess we should just review the movie anyway. But yeah,
Yeah.
there's two alligators in this movie. Um,
hmm
so that's a cool thing, I guess. I don't know. But hey, what did you think of the new movie Crawl?
My expectations were absolutely in the dumps,
Yeah, obviously.
completely underground.
Yeah.
Um, from all the trailers, I'm like, yeah, this is like Sharknado, you know?
Oh yeah, I was every time the trailer showed up, which was a lot of times. I
A
I,
lot of
I
time.
was always laughing. I was always laughing.
Yeah, always. I'm like, this looks absolutely horrible. But, I'm happy. I'm happy there was an actual story,
Uh-huh.
kind of,
Yeah.
instead of just cramming just random things together and making a movie out of it. And there's actual there's no there was not an act there was no place in the movie that wasn't an action scene,
Yeah.
and that was like really annoying because it just got boring after a while.
Yeah. Except of course those times where they interrupted the action scenes with some lovely exposition, with some highly predictable drama between the
hmm
dad and the daughter, in which
Yep.
within the first frame of the movie you knew exactly what was going to happen with this little kerfuffle that these daughter and father are having. Um
Yep.
so yeah, that was a very entertaining part of the movie. I'm glad they had that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are those your opening thoughts?
Yeah. I didn't like the movie.
Okay. Um so yeah, I mean I thought it was, I don't know. It was okay, I guess.
It wasn't a movie that needed to be made.
Yeah, yeah. Um what really I was actually in a college town. I didn't go to my usual theater, and I wasn't even planning on seeing this so soon, but I saw for a short while there that I had a 100% on Rotten Tomatoes. And
Whoa.
I was like, wait a
That
second.
that's a little shocking.
Yeah, now it has an 88. I'm looking at it right now, but I was like, wait a second.
It's
Okay.
that good.
um
It's doing that well.
yeah, apparently. Um so what I did, having never been on public transportation before, I jumped on the bus, went to a movie theater I've never been before, went to an R-rated movie when I'm not even 17. Somehow it all worked out, and I saw the movie, and I don't know, probably wasn't worth all the trouble I went through. The journey was definitely more entertaining than the destination, but I don't think this movie was like really. I didn't see this movie as bad per se.
No, it wasn't terrible, but it wasn't a good movie.
Yeah, I mean like
It
um
was well put together, but it wasn't good.
yeah, I mean it I mean, what do you even say about this? The CG alligator was kind of shitty, I guess.
Yeah,
Um or yes, but I mean it was made for
and that was the only threat throughout the entire movie.
yeah.
Just
Um
a bunch of alligators.
Also, one gigantic plot hole is that these people don't seem to realize, and the filmmakers did not seem to realize, that alligators can walk on land. So
Yeah,
just because these people are on land doesn't make them immediately safe.
Yeah.
And
And can't like alligators run like 40 miles per hour on land or
yeah, they're
something?
pretty fast.
Isn't that a thing?
Yeah,
And even they're faster in water.
I mean, I don't know. Just the whole time I did not see a single alligator on land, and I was like, and every time they went on land, they're like, "Oh, I'm safe," but nope,
Yeah.
not really. I feel like maybe this
Like,
movie should have had something to spice it up, like bring more characters in, like what they were about to
well, they
do.
did.
Well,
They did, but like,
not for
they were
long.
immediately killed off.
Yeah, well, yeah, there was like there's like these group of people, and I was like, oh, they're gonna bring characters into the movie, and nope, they died, and then there was another group, and nope, they died. So I felt like they should have done more in that department, um, of actually bringing people in. But you know, what are you gonna do? This movie, which surprised me, is under 90 minutes. It is 87
Hmm.
minutes long, but it felt like a 2 hour movie. It didn't feel like it was that short. I guess that's a problem too. It didn't feel that short at all. So,
Yeah, because they dragged out every single scene. They're
yeah.
like, ooh, they're in the basement. It's real
Oh
scary
man. Yeah.
because alligators are coming in through the drain pipe that's for some reason in their basement. And you know, and
Yeah.
oh no, they can't get out. And they're trying to get out of the maze of the basement, but there's alligators there and you can't get out. So now you gotta find different ways to get out. But up that way's blocked. You gotta find a different way. Up
Oh
that way's
man.
blocked. You gotta find another way. And that was like what the first 40 minutes of the movie.
Yeah. Yeah. I wish that wasn't funny, but it's true. That is the first 40 minutes of the movie, pretty much, and the other 40 minutes feel like filler, kind of.
Yeah.
Cause I'm not gonna
Well,
spoil it, but I guess that would be a spoiler. But
yeah.
okay, we'll discuss that later. One thing that I did not feel was lacking was the actors. I actually thought they did a good job. Um,
Yeah.
the yeah,
Material that they're working with,
yeah,
yeah, they were pretty good.
yeah. I mean the
They didn't make it bland.
yeah, the girl had like these big expressive eyes that like
Hmm.
just make it good for like, expressing fear. And the dad, this fucking firecracker human being who looks like he's a 30-year-old, 30, 40-year-old. I don't know, he just seemed too young looking. He was hot. That was the problem. And this woman is like 20 something and her dad is like 39 or something. I don't know. The guy looks young to me.
Okay.
Are you looking it up? I hear you clicking.
Yeah, I'm actually okay, I'm looking up the cast.
He was I was like, "Huh. That guy looks pretty young."
He is 40, roughly. They're
Yeah.
49, so almost 50.
Whoa, well, he looked pretty good for a 50-year-old. But I mean, I guess like we didn't really get to see his full face a lot.
Yeah, and plus it was very dirty.
Yeah. Well, 30, well, I guess 49, that's pretty normal. I'm gonna look up how old the other person is. One sec. She is
27.
27. So, what, 27 minus 50? Yeah, that's not that weird, I guess.
Mm,
Um, but yeah.
32. So he was like, the dad would have been like 32.
Oh, that's actually pretty old. Um, but yeah, I don't
Hmm.
know. But yeah, I like the main two people. That was pretty cool.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, good times. Good times had by all. Uh, I heard that this is a good movie to see with a big audience. Luckily for me, there was one other person there. So I definitely got the full effect, my full enjoyment out of
Hmm.
this one. Um, But yeah, it was what I don't know. I guess do you want to go into spoiler talk?
Yeah, okay.
Okay. So pretty much the whole conflict of the movie is that they try to get out of the basement, and about halfway through the movie they get out of the basement, and
Hmm.
then they realized, uh-oh, short films don't sell. So then
Yeah,
they
but
just
then
added
but then
more
the
movie.
floodgates broke, and then
Yeah.
it's like, whoa, and now they added like 20 other feet of water, and then they get more gators,
Oh,
and they get more locations, but psych, it's back in the house. But now the
yeah.
house has more alligators in there, so now they gotta go to the roof. But then
Oh,
they have to fight the gators, and they're like, whoa, crazy.
wow, what a
And then
good
everyone
time.
they get more hurt, and then that guy gets his arm ripped off. So that was pretty funky. I'm like, whoa.
uh,
And then the girl traps the alligator in a glass in
yeah.
a glass
Okay,
shower screen.
1 second. So, this alligator crashed through a window. And this shower glass, this bulletproof fucking White House shower glass was too much for this alligator.
It was way too
Not
much.
a scratch. This alligator was banging against it repeatedly. Too much.
I like full speed.
Yeah,
No, no, it can't get through. No way.
not a scratch.
She's completely safe in there. Oh, I hated that scene so much. Why? Why is that like a thing now? You know? Oh my god.
Genius. Um,
You know, the one thing I did like about this movie is the dog never died. So that was
yeah.
pretty neat. But like the dog was also like an unnecessary character as well. So they could have like just got rid of the dog, and
Yeah.
nothing would have changed.
Well, my question is, what was the point of the girl going to the one house, and then the guy not being there, and then her having to go to the other house?
It's cause okay, so he moved out of that second house
Yeah.
because the parents are divorced and they were trying to sell the original house. So since he was not at his new house, she's like, oh, he's probably at the old house. She had to go to the old house, and he was there, and he was in the basement for some reason.
But, like, why? I mean, like, did that serve any purpose? Like, I feel like there's just this whole
More
set.
exposition, building up characters. Like,
I
yeah,
guess so.
he's still depressed about getting divorced,
Yeah, I guess. There we
so
go.
like that's his
That's the reason.
character.
One thing I found interesting was that the promotion for this movie, very heavily, stated how this was produced by Sam Raimi, I think, who was known
Who?
for Spider-Man and The Evil Dead.
Oh, right.
And in The Evil Dead, the main character Ashley Williams, he also loses his arm. Or that's either in one or two. I don't know. In one of them, he loses his arm. So I don't know. Maybe he was just like, hey, put this in. I thought he was the director the whole time until I looked it up later, but I thought he was the director, so I thought that was a really cool nod, but it's probably a coincidence. But it's something
Hmm.
a nerd like me would notice. Also, something that I noticed, which is less positive, is at any time the characters got anything remotely useful or something that would shake up the plot at all, like say a gun or a boat, they lose it
Mm-hmm.
the second they receive it. The
Yep.
second it's gone, they don't use it at all. Like the gun, oh, she killed one gator after the
Yeah.
first second she got it, and first,
Because it startled her and it bit her arm. Whoa. That came out of nowhere.
also that gator swallowed an entire magazine be- before he
It did
even
it?
let go. She kept
Oh,
shooting
yeah.
it. That
Yeah. Oh, wait. Wow.
these gators have some
And like
problems.
it was in the head, too.
Yeah,
Like it was right in the mouth, into the head. And then it was like, no.
yeah.
No way. I'm chomping down. I'm gonna get my last meal.
Hmm.
Death row.
Also, Um, in real life, would these gators be like really pissed off? What would they stay in
No,
one place?
like
I
what?
mean, I
That's
mean,
like another thing I had was that I'm like alligators, at least what I from seeing like on nature shows, are not that like excited, are not that
mhm,
aggressive. That like they would just stay there and like be chilling out, and if you were like right next to them, and if you like splashed around a little bit, then they would like go after you. But like not if you're just like swimming there, you
mhm.
know, or like these these gators must have like been on like cocaine or something because they were all of them were absolutely bonkers.
Well,
They were off the wall, man, off
at
the chain.
first, when they're in the basement, which also leads me to believe that they had no idea what to do with the movie outside the basement, they kind of justified it by saying, "Hey, the eggs are there, so they want to protect their eggs. Their eggs are in the basement. Anything in the basement is bad." But then they
Right.
get out of the basement, the alligators are still
And then
attacking them. Like,
yeah, and then it's forgotten about.
like
Like that piece is not important anymore.
yeah, like again, whenever something's introduced, totally forgotten about. But another
Right.
thing is that like this guy's just standing in his house, and he has his arm out, and the alligator jumps out of the water and bites his arm instead of like I don't know, like going for his legs
Like
or something.
yeah.
And I don't know. I don't know why he would do that.
Yeah.
I don't even know. It doesn't.
Unrealistic, unrealistic alligators
Oh man.
sue this movie for unrealistic
Yes.
this slander for alligators.
Yes, I'm gonna sue whatever poor sap made this movie.
Yeah.
Um, but
This
yeah.
is false
Um, I guess
humanized alligators.
the cinematography was okay. I guess I don't know.
Yeah, well, it wasn't bad.
Um, I feel like this almost has like a indie vibe to it, like an indie horror movie vibe, despite the fact that it was made for $17 million. Um,
I mean, I guess, but usually to me indie horror films are usually better.
mhm.
And
Yeah.
I didn't really get indie vibes from this.
Well, yeah. I mean, it was funny because I also kind of got Evil Dead vibes from this because Sam Raimi, because all of Evil Dead 1 and 2, if I remember correctly, at least most of it takes place within one house, and all the evil people they're in the basement of the house. Oh
Whoa.
man, very similar concept we've got going
Well,
on here.
maybe it's like in the same universe.
Oh yes, same cinematic universe. That would not make sense at all. But that'd be interesting, I guess. Um,
Yeah.
but this also kind of reminded me of the movie that you might have saw with me. I don't remember. It was either you or somebody else. 47 meters down. You,
Yep, that was not me.
oh damn. Okay, because the
That
sequel
was,
is coming out.
yeah.
Oh man.
Yep. Sequel.
Oh
Let's
man.
go.
It gave me 47 meter down vibes. But
Yeah.
yeah. What fun that movie was. I definitely wanted a movie like that.
Best.
This was better than 47 meters down, in my opinion, though. Um, I don't know. It's not the worst horror movie. It's better than like half the shit that Blumhouse churns out. Um,
Yeah. At least this year.
yeah. Mostly because these movies have budgets, and Blumhouse takes pride in the fact that I mean, Blumhouse is a horrible, horrible film like producer in terms of quality, but he makes like $5 million movies and he gets like fucking $60 million returns on them. But the problem
Yeah.
is he just keeps making $5 million movies and he doesn't stop. So
Some of them are good though. But
yeah,
like most horror movies that they make are bad.
yeah.
But like
Like
non horror movies,
there was a movie called Upgrade. That was good. Um, that was
like
actually
Whiplash is good.
Yeah, Whiplash was good, but the interesting thing about Upgrade was that it was made for $5 million, and it was a dystopian action movie with that was very CG heavy, but the CG in that movie and the action in that movie is better than some of the CG and action I see in modern superhero movies. I am not joking you. $5 million, Blumhouse. I hate you, but thank you for giving money to that incredibly talented person. That's probably not gonna make anything else in his life, but thank you. Because that was very interesting, and it had better CG than this movie and more sets.
Well,
But yeah, I would highly recommend Upgrade. Watch that, and keep in mind, I mean, the story's not great, but keep in mind that it was made for $5 million, and it would definitely inspire you to make a movie, because if that can be done for $5 million, anything can be done for any amount of money. But yeah,
yeah.
we're reviewing a different movie today, sadly. Um,
Hmm.
I don't even remember the company that made this movie. I think it was Paramount. It was Paramount. But
Who cares?
yeah, who cares? Paramount. Did they make Pet Cemetery too?
Who did?
Did Paramount wait? I want to see if Paramount made Pet Cemetery, the new one, because Pet Cemetery 2019 was an awful, awful movie. So maybe they just can't make good horror movies. See here, but it made a bunch of money. That's all that matters. Um, yeah, Paramount distributed it.
Yep.
Fucking
Yeah.
shrinks. But this movie was better than Pet Cemetery. Wow,
I didn't see Pet
yeah,
Cemetery.
yeah. I highly
I heard it's
recommend you
bad.
don't. It's not good. Interestingly enough, it was a movie that also had a high Rotten Tomato score, but then it just got lower and lower. So I don't know. Maybe they pay off critics or something. But yeah, wasn't that good, this movie. The acting was good. The drama was bad, hand-fisted. Everything in this movie was extremely predictable. Um, again,
Yeah.
you can always tell exactly what's gonna happen. Also, she does CPR wrong in this movie. She does like 10 chest compressions, and she only
I
counts like
know. I
every
noticed
third.
that. 1, 2, 3, 4 after like every third
Yeah,
or
she's like,
second push, and I'm like, what? What are you counting? I didn't know what she was counting at all. And it's like a couple chest compressions, then 2 breaths. I'm like, no, that's not right because we had health this year, and good old Miss King and I don't know who you had
mhm.
taught us right.
No, no, because this is what she did. I want to give people an example of what she did. This is what she did. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's what she did. Even though, I mean, if somebody has been underwater and is unconscious, and you can assume that he breathed water, you should probably, like put some like pound his chest or something, because obviously he has
Yeah,
water
like
in
what
his
she did
lungs.
eventually. She did
Yeah,
that eventually,
eventually, yeah.
but
But why was she giving him rescue breaths? And obviously there was something lodged in his lungs. What? She's an idiot. But I guess one thing I did like about this movie was that the main heroine of this movie, she was pretty badass overall, despite that one little idiotic thing she did. She was kind of badass with like the whole even though the shower scene was stupid, the whole part where she jumped out of the shower and then closed the door on the alligator. I was like, that's pretty badass. So I thought that was kind of cool, I guess. She was cool.
she's kind of quirky. She's kind of quirky though.
She kind of quirky though, not like all the other girls. Um,
Yeah,
but yeah, she was in.
she knows how to trap a alligator in like bulletproof shower glass.
Yeah. Um, yeah. Thought that was interesting.
That really irked me. I'm like, really, really, it's that strong.
It was very
It's that
cool.
strong.
It's,
And like even from a person falling on that stuff, like it pops out of the track.
yeah.
Like it's staying like that. It's staying there.
Okay.
It's that solid.
That wouldn't even
No.
that wouldn't even be as much of a problem if the exact same alligator, literally 5 minutes ago, smashed through glass with
Yeah.
nothing but its own force. I mean, that was a bit much. Uh, but yeah, so obviously a great horror movie. We were very scared. Um,
Yeah.
were you ever scared with this movie?
No.
Uh,
I didn't feel suspense. I didn't feel scared. All I felt was like, this is a movie, and they're in a basement. Oh, they got out of the
oh
basement.
man,
Wow. It was like they have to get out of the basement eventually, you know?
I guess.
And like gators are attacking them and doing stuff and like, ooh, that's real scary. Oh boy. And then
It's quite
people are
spooky.
dying and people are getting attacked by really, really aggressive alligators for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then like they escape and then they get rescued. Wow, that was a great movie.
Alright, so
Glad I saw that.
I actually, I know I've been shitting on this movie, but it wasn't horrible.
It was no,
I
it
mean,
wasn't
it
bad.
wasn't
It
bad.
like the cinematography, it
Yeah.
was nice.
Yeah.
The the actors were good. Um, you know, action sequences were kind of neat looking, but the plot, the thing that really needs to be good, was absolutely trash.
Also,
So,
also, two more plot
mm,
holes I found. One was when they mentioned that the alligators only attacked what was splashing, which
yeah,
okay,
which
but that I mean
that doesn't make
that
sense.
doesn't make sense. But that's not even the plot hole. The plot hole is the person on the boat wasn't splashing.
Yeah,
It's
but
still
wasn't the boat, and the boat wasn't running either, was it?
no, it wasn't running yet.
Exactly.
Yeah,
That was dumb.
so that was pretty stupid.
And the
Um,
other guy was like just standing
yeah, he
there,
was just standing and he got yeah, yeah,
and the
he got
guy in
eat.
the store was also just standing there.
Also, I like how this alligator was just whipping this guy against glass, like I guess
Yeah.
by his feet or something. I don't even know what the hell that was. Also another thing was that you saw the alligator once already, and then once later in the movie jump up and eat people. Um, but this woman thinks that because she's standing on floating objects in water, that she is immediately safe. Floating
Yep.
objects that make splashes as soon as he jumps on them, because that's how jumping on something works. She thinks she's immediately safe, which she isn't.
Exactly.
But whatever. What a great movie. So do we end this episode, or do we? What do you want to
There's
do?
not, I mean, like, there's not much to
Yeah.
talk about
We've
really in this movie.
yeah.
Like, there's nothing much to say about it. Like, besides the plot was bad. I mean, the rest of the movie was okay.
Yeah.
They really, really stretched it out to make some runtime.
Yeah. It was
But
very.
yeah,
It did not feel like it was under 90 minutes. Really didn't feel like that. So I don't know.
it did not need to be made.
Yeah, but I feel like we definitely ragged on the bad stuff a lot. But it's watchable. It's,
You can watch
you can
it.
watch. You
Don't like go to
sure can.
don't go to theaters to watch it. Wait till it comes out on TV or something.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, don't go on a bus to a place you've never been before and watch a movie. Um,
Don't wait $20 to watch this.
oh man. But yeah, I don't know. Give it your number rating. Let's get this episode over.
Okay. I'll give it a 5.
A five.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, I guess just because there was like kind of like obvious effort in it,
Yeah.
and there was some other qualities about it. I guess I'll give it like a 6.5. Um, so yeah, very very strong recommendations from both of us.
Yeah.
But oh man, do we have a week? Um, First off, I'm shooting a long-awaited episode with my friend Nick, who did the late night review on Midsummer. Um, don't know how that is. How I saw it last week. We couldn't shoot it, so shooting it tomorrow. We are doing a Stuber episode. Hell yeah. doing an episode of Stuba eventually.
Yeah.
Um,
Probably tomorrow, maybe, or something.
yeah,
Right?
yeah,
Yeah.
we'll find. Yeah,
We'll see.
yeah, maybe Monday. But also, do you want to do a video? Do you want to do one on the thing that I sent you?
I
Because
mean,
it it,
kinda.
it was theatrically it was theatrically released on July 5th in the United Kingdom. Um,
Okay.
so it's technically a new release. Um, I think it meets our criteria. It was theatrically released. It made $25 million, so it definitely wasn't a very limited release. I feel like we should be inclusive. We should include some of the UK's finest cinema in our podcast. So, do you want to do a video on that? A podcast on that,
Yeah.
I mean?
I kind of do. I kind of want to like
Yeah.
see what's up with that.
I watched the first 20 minutes, and oh boy. Well, I guess that's all I'll
What
say.
you Wait, you text me. Is that from the 20 minutes?
Uh,
First 20 minutes of it?
that's from like the first 10.
What?
It's, don't worry, that actually has almost no effect on the whole plot. It's just, that's actually just set up. Everything that I texted you is just set
Set
up.
up?
It's set up for something else.
What? Okay.
So yeah, yeah. So I actually do want to do an episode on that, and since it's so accessible, we might as well just fucking watch it and review it.
Yeah.
The people need to know. So
They need
yes.
they need it.
Apparently they want to release this movie in the United States.
Oh
Don't
boy.
know how well that would go, but okay. Okay. I don't want to spoil too much of it.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Are we gonna do the movies we've seen?
Oh yeah, fuck it. Yeah, sure. We'll do that. What movies have you seen?
All right. Did I do Brokeback Mountain yet?
No, you have not.
All right. So I saw that like a couple weeks ago
Mm-hmm.
because I went on vacation for this past week.
To
So
Brokeback Mountain.
no. Um
Damn it.
but yeah, so I saw that like a week before. So like 2 weeks ago, I'd say, or like the weekend
Mm-hmm.
of last week or so. But like I thought it was so sad, but it was so beautiful. So
Yeah.
it's such a great movie. So I gave that a 9 out of
Mm.
10. Then I watched Nightcrawler. I thought that was pretty neat, like very cool. Um, Jake Gyllenhaal is pretty. It was very incredible. Like the character was insane. It was very intense in some parts, so that was cool. So I gave that an 8.5 out of 10.
Ooh.
Then I watched Whiplash. Thought it was like amazing. Got very invested in the character. Thought it was great writing and very solid movie. And I gave that an 8.5 out of 10 as
Wow.
well. And then last night I watched Three Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri.
Good
I
movie.
thought that was pretty good. It was an odd film.
It was.
It was very present, like happening right now.
Yeah.
Like things are happening, and there's no one conclusive ending to the story. Well, like because there was no ending, but it was still like very interesting story. So I liked it. So I gave that a 7.5 out of 10.
Yeah. I really liked that movie. But what movies have I seen? Oh man.
What have you seen?
I saw Kabir Singh. Kabir space Singh.
Oh, is that the
It's a
is that the Bollywood film
yes,
or the series film?
T-series production. Not only did it have a T-series logo once, not only did it have it twice, it had it 3 times, which was good because I couldn't get my camera up the first 2 times. So luckily I was able to snap a picture. But yeah, it is a T-series production. I had about 2 minutes of logos, always a good sign. I was the only person there. Um, it was 3 hours long.
3 hours?
Yes,
That's crazy.
it was incredibly misogynistic. They spoke half in Hindi and half in English. Um, but like interchangeably, like they would be having a conversation, and one sentence would be in Hindi and the other would be in English. Um,
Were there subtitles?
yes, there were subtitles. Even when the characters were speaking in English, subtitles not always correct. Um, which was a good sign. Um, it was long. It would not have done well if it got a wide release in America, because it was extremely not politically correct. I've got to say, but it takes about 1 hour or like 2 hours to get interesting. Um, but I mean, it was kind of okay, I guess. They kind of tried. The movie was extremely loud, very, very earth-shatteringly loud, which was fun. Half the time I was walking around the theater, I looked behind the screen to see what was behind the screen because I never saw that before. I video called someone. I changed seats about a dozen times. I had a good time. I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 10. Anyway,
Whoa.
next movie I saw Pavarotti, um, which was a good movie. I did not see the beginning and I did not see the end, so I'm not gonna give it a rating, but it was good, and I expect the rest of it was good. Um, Also, fun fact: for that week I saw every movie playing at our local theater. So yeah,
Whoa.
I am cool. Um, I saw Midsummer, but we're doing a review on that tomorrow. And I saw Goodfellas, which is a good movie.
I have
Very
that recorded.
Yeah, it was a very good movie, very entertaining. Very good ending, good stuff. 8.5. I saw The Departed, which was okay. It had no focus at all. Um, it was long. It wasn't as good as Goodfellas, even though it's by like the same person and it's almost like half the same thing. So I gave that a 4, and that's about it. We just spent like 10 minutes on
Yeah.
this last segment, but that's okay.
Oh
Uh,
well.
yeah, thank you guys for watching, and goodbye.
See ya.